Are we ready to get going into episode 3? The Adventure of the Runaway Room. I've been screaming this song that's like, I wanna go... Wait, how does it go? I know exactly which one you're talking about. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Oh my goodness. Uh-huh. I've had the one they used from this season of Stranger Things where they like auto-tune Eddie talking to Chrissy and he's like, Chrissy, wake up. I'm not kidding. Chrissy, wake up. Also the one of Shawn Mendes saying, I love the taste of cock. I love the way That one too. That one too. Oh my god. Sparkle, what's up? How's it going? If it's a bop, it's a bop. Thank you for the clip. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I wish I had a way of like rewarding clips being made. The moment I heard they auto-tuned Eddie, I was like, the fuck? Have you seen this season of Stranger Things? There's a main character named Eddie in it. And he's great. He's a really cool character. IMO. I put it in Discord, but you know the void. What do you mean by that, the void? I heard you mention that, but I didn't know what you meant. And then I forgot to ask. You are watching? Nice. Cool. I finished it. I just finished the, like, part 2 or whatever. I really want, this season to come to Dead by Daylight. There's a rumor that that's happening. Grow your clips channel, everything there gets eaten. What does that mean? It's cursed? What does that mean? What does that mean? I look through and I see all the clips there. The highlights is empty? Every single thing posted in that channel disappears? For real? Where is the channel? Hold on. Highlights. I see it! I see all the stuff! Maybe it's just viewable to me? This is the 5th time we've had this conversation. No way. You're getting me mixed up with someone. Yeah, I can still see the clips too. Right! Anyways. I'll deal with this when I'm able to. The clip channel is entirely empty. That's insane because that's not what it looks like for me. Like I literally see everything Eddie's posted. I see everything you and Stinky have posted. It's been like this since day 1. You have it to like mods only or something? We're gonna have to ask Issa about that one. We're gonna have to call the professionals for that one. Yeah, Eddie's not a mod on Discord. He's messing with Stevie's bag on always. Always. Oh my god. Well. Well, shit. That's why I said what I said in there the other day, but I was so confused about what you said. It didn't make sense to me. I'm not a mod there because Stevie hates me, but that's besides the point. It's because I don't want to overwhelm anyone with too much. If you want to be a mod on Discord, fill out an application. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to, that's no problem. I just didn't want to overload anyone. It's so creepy how the messages just disappear, and that's why I asked so confused. Right! So there's two stories. Now what is the truth? I'm gonna have to Herlock Sholmes my way through this, it seems. Like that little circle I did. Let's get to it. I love when people over their oh god. The runaway room. I've never heard this conversation.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that
another murder
his case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Fascinating. Come on, cutscene. Is this King's Cross?
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Yeah, it's King's Cross. This is King's Cross.
I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
Ooh. Piccadilly Circus? I think.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
Does she have a British accent?
My pleasure. I suppose you
He is so cute. I love his little cape. It's actually a really big cape, but I love it.
thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the center of the world, Great Britain's mighty
There's St.
capital,
Paul's.
London.
London town! Wait, but my react to your clip immediately disappeared? What the fuck? (18th of February, 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. What an incredible place! It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. These like steampunk gears in the office. That's so funny. Oh, we're in a clock tower. Wait. We're in a clock tower. What's with the gears? Do you see the back? We're in a clock. That's wild. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course, but they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. Clink Clang and Unite win! I didn't get a chance to say, but this is my favorite tank. I'm so happy. Wait, tank? What's a tank? Like in a PvP game? You don't like Clink Clang? Clink Clang is so interesting. Like clothing? Tank top. Oh. Like the Star Wars tank you have on. The tank top on the top. Oh. I get it now. I get it. Take it off and check. No. Y'all, I watched a shirtless streamer for like an hour yesterday. That's like the longest I've ever watched a shirtless streamer. He didn't follow me back, but that's okay. It's okay. I still very much so enjoyed the views. I am but simple. Were they playing TVG? No, Pokemon Unite actually. Bonk. This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, and the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice? We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. CVTV was thirsting live on twitch.tv. Shh, no, ThirstTV. That's not what happens. Who am I kidding? My following list is usually men that I find hot and cute. I mean, that's how we find people to entertain us on our social media, is it not? Is it not? But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. I follow women. I don't know about you girls. I follow women. But I feel like most of the women I follow are queer. And I think there's more like queer men active on at least Twitch. There are a few queer women that I follow on Twitch, but I think there's more queer men active. I'm not sure. But I just like, on general, going through the LGBT tag. It also depends on the game, I guess. Like, Animal Crossing will have a lot more than, like, I don't know. What's a pretty gay game? Dream Daddy. Let's go, lesbians! Every time I go to the Genshin queer section, I see mostly females. Genshin is mostly women, now that I think about it. Genshin is mostly women. Honestly, Genshin is mostly, probably any game channel, mostly straight. But the Genshin queer specifically, there are a lot of women. So I'll never succeed at streaming. I do not get the thirst follows. What are you talking about? Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer, which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. I like how lawyer is like in a different color font. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. Ah, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Oh. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. Everyone in the chat is Sparkle. No, it's true. Everyone freaks out about Sparkle. Chuggy, I mean, Chuggy, no! Ah! Is this the Lord Chief Justice? Okay, pocket watch. Seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apology. He looks like Cleavor. From the hair? Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Miles Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. His coat is even the shiny color. Oh, I see. And I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Did y'all see the pigeons fly indoors? The flock? That's so funny. The indoor flock of pigeons. So that's who the guy in all the R34 art was? Oh no. He could split you in half. Jesus Christ. This is why gays should play games. It's more fun. Ah, yes, thank you. Converse. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, well, help! I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? The art director in this game really knew what they were doing. It's true. Ryunosuke's thirsting so hard. He wants it bad. Oh? We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water, and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Susato is so genuine, it's sweet. I like her. Oh is like the sluttiest thing anyone could say. Oh? It has to have the octave, the dip. Excuse me. I ate a lot of hamburger helper today, so my throat is a little, coated. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. It's because the milk was bad. No, it's not. Great exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Stevie needs a hamburger helper sponsorship. Wait! I'd eat that up. Literally. Please. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. Cooking stream win, y'all will never watch me cook. Jesus Christ. Never. The sun will never set on our great empire. Interesting. That's a Japanese, like, imagery. Now it's serving yellow diamond. I see yellow diamond for sure. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times, we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. There it is. Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. I'm Mr. Kazoma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. Patty Lapone? Oh my god. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means this study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo. This is it then. The moment of truth. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead? Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Miss Kiki Mora's present. Hello, Kiki. Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asagi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. Barbara's in her cat tree. Queen! She is such a good cat tree, too. She deserves it. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo! I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there was someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... Actually, there's no one. It's me. I can do it. CV likes Herlock Sholmes because he's exactly like Satoru Gojo. I have a type. I have a type. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but no qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer? I've acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused, but glossing over the details, CV loves them goofy and strong. Absolutely. My only qualifications. No, I'm just kidding. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while on board the SS Beria. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. Insufferably goofy to the point of annoyance with big breasts. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, But I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asagi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Is your type white spiky hair with double eggplant? What is the double? What does the double eggplant mean? Hi, do you have Instagram? Hi, is it Jose? How's it going? Jose Diego Ariel, how's it going? I do have an Instagram. It's ST_EV like the Pokemon. How's it going? What's up? Welcome, welcome. The figurine does not have 2 eggplants. I'm so good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. How's your day going? What's up? What's up? It does. I don't know what you're talking about, Eddie. Jose, are you a fan of Ace Attorney? Pitch show. Okay, for Sparkle. Since Sparkle redeemed it. Here we go. I had to do it in theme to the music. Oh, pit crew! Oh my god. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for. Speaking of Goofy. Me. Please. I'm not, but I'm a big fan of Aang and Wuya. Okay. Aang from The Last Airbender and Wuya from Shaolin Showdown? Or is this referring to something else? 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Yes? Nice! Okay, perfect. Wuya? Wuya is an icon. Queer icon. I love Wuya. Shaolin Showdown, OMFG, I love that show so much. It's so good. I want them to reboot it so badly. Both Raymundo and Jack Splicer were like crushes of mine. I remember that coin. Skinny legend, TVH. She is a skinny legend. And the wig. The wig. Which is a skill that would stand you in a good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. When they turned the bald kid into a cat, I wanted to be turned into a cat so bad, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. I loved all the little, like, artifacts in that show. A DM on Discord with evidence. This don't look right. That don't look right. That might be edited. Is that edited? That don't look right. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asagi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? I screenshotted that from the shop. That, I never saw that photo. Even with like the other ones I saw. I didn't see that. Why am I making that face? Have Eddie send you what I was sent. Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? That's why I asked you about if that was canon. I was so confused. Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. It's artistic liberties? Oh my god. I didn't realize... I didn't know what you were referring to be honest. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? I just finished JJK. I haven't seen the movie, but definitely not canon. The movie's so good. The movie is so good. So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Okay, proven. Stevie always replies to us without knowing what we're talking about. It's true! I'm going to abandon your stream later tonight to watch the movie. That's fair. Girly, no. And to be fair, I don't really know what's ever happening around me, so... Straight away. If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. But what if they're guilty? What could be simpler? How do I get myself into these situations? CV operates off of vibes. It's true. Literally. Literally. Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart? Yes. Good question. Ah, I remember. It's a murder trial. They're thembo, no thoughts, just vibes and arms and pits. It's but a simple life, but it is my life. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short sea-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. We would be toying with a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court? If I lose, he'll be hanged. He'll be hung. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asagi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. What happens if you're already... Yeah, girl, that's what being a lawyer is all about, right? He's like, I want to be a lawyer. And they're like, okay, be a lawyer. And he's like, He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Mr. Sato, but what could I do? It's alright, I understand. Do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. I followed you on Twitter a long time ago because you posted a photo in a costume and you were beautiful serving face, body, and fantasy? Oh my goodness! Thank you for following me from Twitter to here. Was it a cosplay? I do cosplay, so it was probably a cosplay photo, I'm guessing. Oh my goodness! Eee! Thank you so much for saying that. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Mr. Sato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, legs and hips and body. That's Stevie's whole brand and being a wholesome being. Aww. Y'all are too nice to me. To risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially, would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand on the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. Yeah, I think so. I don't remember it very much. Just the feeling and the beauty. OMG. Perfect. I can get behind those vibes. Sweet. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait. Sorry. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh? Is there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. If it's not a hassle, can you potentially move the face cam so it doesn't cover the text unless it's intentional? It was intentional, just because... yeah, I can move it back. There's nothing going on over here right now. Last time there were people on either side. Oh god. Not this. Not this. There we go. Yeah, last time there were people on the left and right sides. The game was showing us stuff in literally every corner last time. Yeah, this was like the only spot it could be last time was down. But we can do it here this time. You will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. But that's awful. But that is the truth. You didn't ruin everything. You're good, you're good, you're good. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold, hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope? So, what do you say now, madam? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. There's been so many flocks of birds flying around inside this clock. You can ruin me anytime you want, Sparkle. Oh my goodness. The thirst is real tonight. He's gone. A bonk. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. Well, let's go to the Old Bailey. That little mustache. 18th of February, 9:45 a.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Tonight, have you read your chat the last weeks? Someone leaked my alt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, but I won't rest. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yeah, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Not her being a fan. Oh, she's a big fan! She reads all the books. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. I think it's the same room, just with different color, as the Supreme Court in Japan, honestly. An oppressive air. Almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever's about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. I won't do that, that's way too stalky. Even for me. Even for me. Top of the morning to ya, madam. Sir. Uh-oh. What are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are you? We're from Japan, yeah? This Willy Wonka ass. Who the fuck? Ah, Japan is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do you need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have no place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all the while in a strange, faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no? Why am I resonating with him? Wait, Stinky, please give us the cosplay. Please. It's very stonky. So you went from British to Irish, I see. This man is clearly Irish. This man is clearly Irish. The bags help. The bags. That chiseled jaw, though. That chin. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. 1,000 guineas? Please, Mrs. Sato, you don't have to shout. The rubies! But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What a lovely voice and personality. I love, like, dialects and voice acting and everything, so this game has been very up my alley. He knew what he was doing, showing off those rings. He's got money. Ooh, he's got money. What? 'Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure that I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I've enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Did that much rain even fall in one day? He's nuttin'? King. She owns everything! Flipping the coin. He's so good at it. Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Oh! Ah! That hit me in the eye! Opulence! Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see. It's for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. Not the eye shot. It burns. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh? Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start without me having any kind of a representation at all. So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Stevie, all you have to do is stand up next to me and nut? What? 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 I'm lost. They've character meetings, nothing more. And what? He said it himself. He did say nothing. Nothing to do but stand next to myself. Oh no. Oh my god. Bluster and blazes. Do yous not know who I am? Me? One of London's biggest names? No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, there in the center of London, is another beautiful park. Sorry? A park? What? It's called McGilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. Humboldt Park? Shut the fuck up. I donated it to the city, so I did. I've been to Hyde Park. Wait, an entire park in central London? London does have very beautiful parks. A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. Queer? Hello, queers! No! Oh my goodness, queers! That's me, not Magnus. No! Loving the queers. That's amazing. Not queers! I mean, really extraordinary. Ah, but Now they've the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Meh, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask ya? Ha, ha, ha. Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. A cab. Absolutely. Not the bobbies. Good idea. Ha, ha, ha. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. Ha, ha. So if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I after saying, you daft Egypt? Thank you so much for the follow, Jose! I really appreciate it. Welcome to the community. We're very goofy here, so... I need to know what's under the hat. Oh, I'm sure he'll show it. Honestly, knowing this game, I'm sure there's always a reveal with these characters. The Pokemon World Championships are in London this year. Well, let's go. Well, let's go. We gotta go. I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh my goodness, Eddie! Thank you for the subscription! That's so sweet! Oh my goodness! Y'all! Aww! I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. 14 months of subscriptions for Sparkle. Hell yeah. That's a long ass time. We love to see it. Are those Spinda emotes? That's cute. That's very cute. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. We three queers need to stick together. Y'all, should I do a subscription goal? I have an option to do let me get big for this. I have an option to do a maid dress stream if I meet a goal. Should I do it? One sub goal? I'll come up with the number, but if that seems like an actually like good reward, I say to it, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Then I can start promoting it. A what dress stream? A maid dress. Sub goal. The goal for the maid dress is 1 follow. Oh my goodness. I could do it at 300 followers. 300 followers would be cute. But I want to see you dust in it. I can play a maid simulation game. I'm sure there is one. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Playing Pact or whatever that game is? I don't know that game. Just don't make it 500 subs. I do not think our 10 wallets could handle that. I come here looking for your Instagram account and you were like, live OMG goals? Aww. Oh my goodness. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, I do have an Instagram. The rumors are true. Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well, well, not at all. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why if you don't have a lawyer, I mean? That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry? Did he just say Reaper? Reaper comes for your souls. Aye, the grim raper of the Bailey, Lord Barak van Zix. He is the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zix stands for the prosecution, they call the accused to sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which she's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all, who could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Barak van Zix? He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. 'Tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here. I'd made up my mind, so I had... Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance. A student of law, wouldn't you know? Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Mr. Naruhodo, the man has no one. He'll have to stand all alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. I mean, he's a sugar daddy and he's offered you wealth, so... It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma, because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Be my client. Not using your dead boyfriend against you. Or lawyer or whatever. Or lawyer. Gladly. 18th February, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. What is this court? Look at the stand. Oh my god. So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? This Genshin-ass courtroom. This is Fontaine, y'all. This is the Fontaine leak. It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Hope I never pull the lawyer girl, I just like her. Yinfei? Yinfei is so fun, though. She's a really fun playstyle. Her outfit's just ugly. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. I'm gonna main my Queen Sasato. She has that in Smash. Bring her to Smash. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yeah, what? Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. She's got a stick up her ass. Wait, her? Or Yinfei in Genshin? I know, but I just can't help it. Exactly, she represents me. Oh my god. Who is that Dracula fella? I met Yinfei. He's so cute, I can't. He is really cute. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded, I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared. He's gotta be like a vampire, right? That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. Yenfei is my queen, I love her. Yeah, she has a great playstyle. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Easted. Do you speak English? I guess no one told the judge the queen is dead. Wouldn't this have been Queen Victoria's era? This would have been Queen Victoria. She would have been alive. Not the racism. There's a lot of racism. It's really interesting. Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. Those eyes please me. Nipponese. What does that mean? Huh? They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of your courage. Oh, yeah, he's kind of cute. He's kind of cute. I guess it's accurate to the period. Yeah, they did. And it's also a Japanese game. Oh my. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. His eyes! A cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes! Now, Mr. McGildet. Yes, my lord? You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Bite me, Zaddy! Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the Far East. It is not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. Hi, Joe! How's it going? How you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's my non-Genshin stream of the patch. As there's nothing to do in Genshin today. I'd like to thank that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Proud. Listen to Mr. McGildet. What a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear that he donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please, may we go and play in McGildet Park? It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGildet. Going good, just woke up. Unfortunately, so no sleeping through the night for me, but oh well, aww. I'm sorry, Joe. I hate when people get bad sleep. It can really mess stuff up. Well, I hope we can at least provide some entertainment for you. Instead of sitting there with your eyes open looking at the ceiling. Good morning. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Oh, it's all good. I was shocked when I started to fall asleep around 10:30 because that's not normal for me. Right, if I try to fall asleep too early, it's over for me. Like, I will wake up in the middle of the night and stay up. Eloquently put, Mr. McGildet, and most laudable sentiment. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Oh, it's all good. No, sorry. That pic with the half blue, half red hair is fire. I got that dyed literally 3 weeks before the pandemic started, like 2 or 3 weeks. And then lockdown hit, and no one was able to see it. It was so sad. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, my lord, if the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
In the manner, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree.
Heh, any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. Queen! Queen! Queen the house down boots. She's just slapping that typewriter. Watch her in the corner. Pow! And eyebrows. Eyebrows. It was an era. It really was. I feel a chill. Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these knits for my grandson. The Supreme Court seems almost as unhinged as ours. Literally. Miss Thing typing out her memoirs. She is busy. Old lady is the most racist one for sure. Oh my god. Mr. Naruhodo, those people are... The jury, yeah, that's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right, I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. The old lady looks like an NPC from Animal Crossing. I see it. You know what we need? No, my voice changer still isn't working. I can try to see if I can get it to work real quick. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm sorry. I really need to get that fixed. Reminder to self, I will get it fixed before next stream. I will definitely get it. I will look up YouTube videos tomorrow. Thank you for refunding. I'm sorry, Joe. I'll watch YouTube videos tomorrow because I really do want it back. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? The old lady is Dolores Umbridge's half-sister? Oh god. Twin, can you message me a reminder to remind Stevie? Not Twin doing the work while I'm here sloughing. No, you're vibing, you're vibing. I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. Your voices are excellent. I just wanted the British old lady to be a cartoon man voice. That would be iconic. Yes. Prosecutor Vouch 6. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounce your fame. I miss Cartoon Man. That was a vibe. Thank goodness we have Eddie. Eddie's such a slacker. What? Oh my goodness. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So, what brings you back? Truly the dream team. There's always one of us dreaming. Yeah. Is there some change of circumstance of which the court should be aware? I'd spread my wings. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. He's really cute. I love the wig. I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback? Bong. Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo. Facts are facts, America. We're either sleepy or buzzed, as you should be. It's the vampire-ness. Vampires are just hot. It's true. Does Ryunosuke have a sword? Yeah, I think he has Kazuma's old sword. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. King. Yeah, truly, King. His boyfriend's sword. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. We must be the only ones in here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days passed. The hour was some minutes after 10. I want to walk around with my dead boyfriend's sword. Absolutely. Absolutely. The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason. Sorry? Thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible. Milky found dead in a ditch? Not dead. No, no. Not Thrice. Not Miami is nice. Miami is nice, so I'll say it thrice. Rose? That doesn't go. What do you mean? Thrice. Miami is nice, so I'll say it thrice. Oh, my brother went to the US the other day and was able to get my first fix of everything bagel and sharp cheddar. You're so happy. I'm glad you got that. Everything bagels are really good. Oh my god. I just noticed the scene. Did you like it, Eddie? Was it good? Were you inspired by Everything Everywhere All at Once? The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Not my first, my fix. I see. Trigger warning. Omnibus. A corpse. A dead body. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that in the photograph as evidence. Sis bus. We gotta bring back down with the sis bus. The autopsy report has been entered into the court record. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Good lord! Is that blood, counsel? If that was a gay bus, the last seat would be reserved to, well, we all know. Oh. No. Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. McGilda's gloves had blood on them? Do I have a YouTube channel? I do, but not really. I really should, like... I don't post on it. I should post to YouTube. To pray. Exactly, to pray. They don't... I'm pushing them down to do one, but they have TikTok. Yeah. I do have TikTok. We have to get them to put streaming stuff on it, lol. Should I record my streams and put them on YouTube? I could do that. Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. The defendant's leather gloves have been entered into the court record. It's free love, why not? I guess. Okay. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, There were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. It show compilation on YouTube, shut up. You can just do like CV clips. They're super good for Twitch engagement, 1,000 times more effective than TikTok. Okay. Well, I guess I can easily start with putting all of my TikToks on there. Only 2? Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. Yeah, maybe clips. I think his streams probably violate YouTube rules. What rules? The other. Look at that faggy. Baguette point. You can make some content for YouTube. I'm sure you'll kill it. Thank you so much. I should. I will. As I was saying, cut the cameras, dead ass. I think your streams violate YouTube rules. Oh my god. I get too comfortable. I get too comfortable, that's for sure. Well, rather damning circumstances, to say the least. Defendant, what say you? Or do Twitter circles? Y'all, I don't even have Twitter circles. They have not given that to me. Twitter hates me. Even the jury was shocked. Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGill did. To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I would in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. What'd you even use circles for? Quickly. Nudes! No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Being annoying. Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lilting so it is. And when I opened my eyes again, I get sleepy on boats, so I understand that. If I'm on a boat, I'm immediately asleep. Manifesting Twitter circles for you right now. For what I read on gay Twitter, they all call it Twitter jerk circles. I'm so mad. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. Was a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before in my life. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. I have circles where there's nothing to them. Interesting. You all probably have it and just haven't noticed the feature. No, I literally don't have it. I literally don't have it. Honestly, this would absolutely happen to me. You wake up and the person that was sitting across from you is dead. You're just like, oh no. Manifesting OnlyFans too? Jesus. No. I think I have it on my NSFW account. Interesting. Interesting. So the blood got into the gloves then, after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, that statement of the driver's is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it. Not Eddie MXXSL. There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Miss Queen is typing. Miss Queen is typing for her life. Order. When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. I promise you there's no triple X LMAO, not even a single X. The zoom out is so funny. It's so goofy because you still see her typing super fast. The detail in this game, there's so many good details, and I really, really appreciate that commitment. Honestly, that's what makes me love a game. Is detail, detail, detail. And they're the witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail on the coffin for the accursed, accused. This point. I got it. I got it. No, that's the opposite way. Thank you, Counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Your wish, my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Oh my god. Oh, not that little twink. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city. My name's First. Lady First. I make hats for gents. Lady First. Are they in drag? Is this a drag king? Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Drag queen name. I kind of love Beppo. Beppo's an icon. Not the voice for the toilet screen. Is that correct? Yes, sir! Quite right. Yes, sir. That's right, sir! Very well, then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. I couldn't help it. Chrissy! Thank you so much for the follow! Oh my goodness! What's up, Chrissy? How's it going? Oh my goodness! It's almost 12 a.m. here, guys. Lovely to chat with you. Now a Stevie fan. Aw, thank you so much, Jose. It's been so good having you here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you so much for the follow. Yay! Literally, truly welcome to the goofiness. Very, very that. Do. Starting to get sniffles. I even took my allergy medicine today. I need to get on allergy shots again. That little hat is so cute. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Not the whip. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. Beppo with the whip, now that's a mood. Oh no. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel? Well, this testimony Makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As had been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? I thought the leprechaun was the only one there. How are they witnesses? Exactly! Exactly, that's what he's saying. There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. No one thought about this before. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself, and you're really so ignorant about our omnibuses. Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you ever traveled in an omnibus? Not the leprechaun, haha! Well, no. We, only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves the actual scene of the crime, that is. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much? Yeah? The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff! Bring forth the stricken omnibus. I'm really not appreciating Dracula's tone. Yeah, it's a little condescending, that's for sure. So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. Can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. Hazel's demo is out? Okay, perf. We'll watch it in a little bit. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. He can talk to me however he wants, though, as long as he bites me a little bit. 4 passengers seated in the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests, bonk, 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 that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. These are very well designed, holy shit. Yeah, I kind of want them to degrade me a little bit. Right, just a little bit. Ah, skylight. Oh! The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. I'm just a stupid... No! Through the skylight. That makes perfect sense. Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. That wig. Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. The omnibus has been entered into the court record. Can't believe it! The entire crime scene entered as evidence! Yes! Great Britain is simply extraordinary! I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Let us continue with the proceedings, then. Your cross-examination, counsel. Pray don't expect this Nipponish stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Alright, my first cross-examination in a British court. Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus. Cross-examination time. What the witnesses saw. Okay, I'm actually gonna take a quick little break. I need to blow my nose. What the witnesses saw. Yeah, okay, I was like, oh, so nervous. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. I love how he's just perpetually cold. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts.
That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it.
As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Alright, so when it happened, the only two people in the enclosed cabin area were the victim and the defendant. And, so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed. I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. Ugh. What am I supposed to think here? Hey, Croagunk! Thanks so much for the follow! Oh my goodness! I'm such a big fan! Ah. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Ah, welcome, welcome! How's it going? Can I please get a shout out for Croagunk? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How's it going? How's your day going? What's up? I'm doing my little Genshin's boring right now, so let me play a game that's very entertaining. You were playing Earthbound? Holy shit. See, you always have like good game choices too, like mwah. Also, my current video game crush is FF8 Zell. Wait, I didn't play FF8. Let me look this up. Oh. I respect the face tat. Hot. I love a good face tat. So got the goofy Mike Tyson face tat. Yeah, there we go. Yes, Earthbound is so goofy. I'm loving it. I've never even seen like actual gameplay of Earthbound, so I absolutely need to watch the Switch port. I didn't realize there was a Switch port for it. Yeah, I'm playing it on Switch. I know nothing. I'm using my Switch right now. I don't usually like to stream on it, but I usually like prefer to use my PC, but this is a game I wanted specifically on my Switch. And yeah, it's like a good game for the Switch. Def recommend? Okay. It's cute? Okay. It's such a charismatic game. I love that. I love a game with heart and goofiness. Absolutely. I'm the same, I usually do PC, but sometimes I'll do Switch. Right. It's just PC is like a lot easier. You don't have to go through as many steps. I've been playing Paper Mario on Switch, very fun when I'm boiled. I didn't know you were playing Paper Mario Origami King. Or was it original Paper Mario? Original Paper Mario is a lot better. How's the sleuthing? It's going really well. This case is, I don't know, the like defendant is really interesting, but there's a lot of good variance in the characters of this one, so I like that. But I haven't seen Herlock Sholmes, and he's my favorite. Original love, the original Paper Mario is so good, and then Thousand Year Door is even better. It's my favorite game ever. Not Origami King, rip to that stream. It just wasn't hitting. Like, I don't know if I like the pacing of that game. I definitely don't like the combat of that game. Very sad. I will try to beat it on my own at some point, but Because the story seems cute. Herlock, I'm howling. I forgot that's a character. He's so cute, too. He's so goofy. I'm in love with him. Herlock Sholmes. The game's afoot. I thought he was going to be in this one, and then he was not in this episode. The Chicago Icons Crossing. This is too much. Yeah! Chicago has a cute little community of streamers. Like, it's really, really dope. And then we all go to the same clubs. Oh my goodness. Is Mr. McGilded really innocent? Or could it be? Is Kurogunk from Chicago? You're invited to the next Stinky Party. Oh, hell yeah. Stinky Parties are iconic. Y'all, for 4th of July, we threw darts at pictures of presidents. Truly, your brain. Incredible. But before we jump to the conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment. Stinky Party? Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Mind of a mastermind, yeah. Kurogunk will be in a cage match on the 13th. Be there, be square. Wait, is that at Horseshoe? Oh my goodness. Is that at Horseshoe? Jasper being my go-go manager? I really need to save up to go to Chicago. Yes, you do, Eddie. It would be so much fun to have you here. Yeah, it's at the shoe? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That'll be fun. Okay, work. It's on the 13th. When is the 13th? Oh, work. Perfect. Also, sorry, mobile lag is evil. Oh, you're so good. No worries, no worries. No worries at all. Let's listen to those witness statements again, a little more carefully this time. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. Okay, nothing wrong with that. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. This is the one that I think is the problem, because I thought they were across from each other. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. Don't worry, they go through my Mexican internet lag. You're just super fast in comparison. Oh my goodness. No, ever since you started streaming, playing Genshin through that GeForce thing, your load time is so much better, I must say. Okay, I'm gonna press this.
Hold it!
And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of that carriage? That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. There was a lamp on inside, so I had a pretty good view. The two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded. The way I'm literally watching just to play a free game, not even to get the characters. Oh, literally wailing just to play a free game. Ah! Contradiction! Objection! Right. I thought they were sitting across from each other. How can you be so sure? Well, how can I put it politely? McGilded is a gentleman of rather small structure. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There is no room for doubt here. Ugh, I really wish there was. Okay. Already stabbed him, I screamed. I did, couldn't help it. Let's see. It was the last bus of the evening. He said McGilded is a short king. He is! He is! He's so little and Irish. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Let's press this. We live for short kings, truly. I love a short king. I am a short king #1 fan. What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Just collapsed on the floor, he was. And by the passenger, obviously you were referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And then the other passenger had that knife in his hand like this. By the other passenger, obviously you were referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilded. This dude is like half a moment from death. Wait, the bus driver or the hot vampire man? Not only saying that because I'm only 5'5.5". What a perfect height. Stevie plays Unite 2, gotta get back into it. I wanna get back into it? Hell yeah! Oh, Beppo. Beppo's literally about to die from the cold. Yeah, I play Trevenant, mostly. And Aegislash a little bit. But Trevenant mostly. And then the plunged it down like this, stabbing the other passenger in the belly. What? My lord. Door number 3, what's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. Wait a minute. That's a little ironic, isn't it? I don't know, I'm just looking at him and I see a top hat, earrings, a jeweled cravat, gloves, a pen, a letter knife, a 3-piece suit. A little ironic. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be, every one of them. Are you wearing a ruby, Mr. I Hate the Rich? Right, he has a jewel on him. Oh my god. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. It's a rental. For his big day at court. Oh my god. The symbolism. There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. Not the rubber. Literally, I thought you I said ruby, I thought it was rubber. Oh my god. That is precisely what I was about to say. Oh my god. As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. Juror number 3, Oscar Wilde? No, literally! Literally Oscar Wilde. Gay. Wait, the scale is a serve. It really is iconic. What's happening here? Yes, bring out the book, ma'am. Let me see. Ah, yes. It seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case. Where is she? My queen! My queen! Bam! One by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. Book in her kimono sleeves slay! Yes, Miss Typewriter is really a queen. I wonder if she keeps snacks in there. Probably. I would assume so. If Ayato can keep boba tea in his sleeves. So if these enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean... Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. Ugh, I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. This is a nightmare. Alright, so when it happened, the only 2 people in the enclosed cabin area were the victim and the defendant. And so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed. I don't like to be pissed. Oh yeah, we saw this. Okay. Alright. Let's see, what did we say? Taro and Ube should be good together, right? Oh yeah. I just like Taro. Personally, I'm a simple girl. Taro's really good. Let's do this. Y'all like a cheese foam? I actually don't like cheese foam. I love cheese, but I don't like cheese foam. Fortunately. I'm sorry. You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? Or are fair, dinkum, hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days? I like a cheese foam with my black sugar tea, but not on much else. I could see it being, like, good with, like, a standard, like, flavor. I had it with, like, a fruity flavor, and it did not go. I love Taro, but the shop that sells only Taro is on the other side of the city, and the one that sells Taro and Ube is, like, 3 minutes away from my house. So I'm sure, I mean, Ube is really, really good. It's really good and sweet, so they'll go well together. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail, if that's...
My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption.
Oh, juror number 2, go on.
Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman, and a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Wait, what are you about to do?
Dispose of the rubbish.
Oh my god. Mianosuke, kill him with your sword. Right. No.
I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
Slay, TVH. Right. Yes, queen. She's speaking. I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. Bessie, don't look now, but you're losing. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, that voice for juror number 2 is perfect. I'm pulling from Downton Abbey, to be honest. Smack the typewriter again, please. Oh yeah, we're definitely losing. How's this happening?
That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left.
We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back. But... he smacks the typewriter almost as hard as Tyler Posey smacked. Wait, what did Tyler Posey smack? Hold on a moment. What did he smack? Wait a minute. I want to know what he's... Sparkle, is it true? You're flying? Flying? Who's Tyler Posey? He was the guy from Teen Wolf. He was the lead from Teen Wolf. That's Ancient News Girl. What? Not that. No, what did he smack? Was it his... was it with his... Was it his pee-pee or his booty? You don't know about the smacking. I don't know the smacking. Someone enlighten me, please. It's happened like 2016. It was all a blur. The pee-pee. Not was it his pee-pee or his booty. He smacked it so hard I saw his jaw moved another inch from the sheer pressure of the air around him. Oh my god. In what context did he smack it? What? What? king, honestly. The smack heard around the world. He's so hot. He's unhinged, but he's hot. And that kind of adds to the hotness. Alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. And the sex video kind of content, it was a sonic boom smack! Stevie, I'll see if I can find the video for you later. Please. 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 I'm begging, please. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it.
Hold it!
Also, Stevie, have you played Danganronpa? Listen, I love Danganronpa. I love Danganronpa. I love it so much. It's truly one of my favorite games. It's a similar degree of sleuthing, but also very batshit. It's insane. It's unhinged. I played all the Danganronpa games. 1, 2, Despair Girls, and V3. Very much so hoping for another game, but now Stevie going rabid. I love Danganronpa. It's literally Danganronpa V3 is one of my favorite games of all time. He smacks the shit out of it. It's like, it was a whole thing. That's amazing. Love that. Dang it, Grandpa. It's so good. I started because I watched the anime. Because my friend was like, you should watch this anime. And then I was like obsessed. And now I was like, now I need to play all the games. I still worry about it. I can hear the bruising forming. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, no, I love Danganronpa. I need to get back into it, but I was watching a really good fan-made Danganronpa on YouTube. Like a playthrough. That I think you can actually play it through yourself now, like it's been translated. But I was watching like the YouTube translation. No, I love Danganronpa. I think all the characterization is so good. They make you really, really, really like care about the situation, even though it's the same situation every time. The opening theme song for the DR3 anime stays on my playlist. It's so good. I didn't love that last anime. It like kind of went. I didn't like that it was like a different killing game, I guess. But the theme song, so good. So good. Oh, I forgot there was an anime. Yeah, there's an anime of the first game, like just the first game, and then there's an anime to finish the story after Danganronpa 2. And it's kind of confusing because the episodes they alternate from like prequel to sequel. It's really weird. But it's good. It's good. That's my Monokuma. Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? I just love my buff cheerleader queen, Sakura! Yeah, Sakura! She's so cool. Yeah, you gotta watch it like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. It's cute. Yeah, Sakura's an icon. And Chihiro, trans icon. Reason I drink protein coffee. Yes! She really was for the gays. She really, really was. There's also just so much queer coding in those games. So much. Oh yes, that's right, sir. Yes, ever so cold it was. Freezing, in fact. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though. No. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that, none. So nobody fled the scene of the crime, then? I have to say, the boss insists on it running, he does, every evening the last most of the day. Oh, he died. But I do wonder if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say. What do you mean by that?
Well, what with it being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spend that much on the pump on the way home, just trying to warm up again. Bitch, she died. Bitch, she died. Hi friends, I gotta get back to manning the store at the bar. Whoever's trying to talk to me or whatever, enjoy the rest of the stream. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize you were working. Thank you so much for joining, especially during work. Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your night and that it goes well, that you don't deal with any crazy situations. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, truly, good luck. Good luck. It's making me go back to this. I've literally pressed everything except for this statement.
Hold it!
Later. Bye. He stabbed him, you say? And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Likewise, yeah, it's been a chill night so far. Good, good. I hope it stays that way. You deserve it. We love chill nights.
Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats.
Remember to drop a follow to Krog, please, chat. Yes, please, y'all. Please follow Krogunk. Yes, he does all the cute little games. And another Danganronpa fan? Like, y'all. Jake is one of my other communities since even before you started streaming. Wild. Wow. That's crazy. I love that. I love that so much. And that, we're both in Chicago. Sickening. Sickening.
I remember seeing that little gent next to the fellow that was stabbed. I'd been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. But then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly. That huge great knife.
A grim sight indeed. Ah, that didn't help me at all. Oh my god. The jury look like they're even more convinced my client did it than they were before. That appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGilded is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions. I'm gonna look at this bus. He's such a puff, the hat guy. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. So people sit all the way up here on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them? And they have to pay money to do so? Brr, I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment? Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. True. In Chicago? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. Oh, it's the same thing. Literally the same thing. Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? Ugh, the scene of a murder. It's horrible. That's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victim's, obviously. Yes, and that seat would be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab somebody in full view of the other passengers like that? Well, it was after dark. And there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. Ah, that's a poster for the Great Exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Oh, the Crystal Tower! It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. seat has a handle, it seems. Love how no one is considered the S word. With a knife? That's tough to do. This looks like all sorts of equipment that must be needed to keep the omnibus running. A knife to the stomach? Like, that's hard. Heating tubs, tools to repair wheels, blankets, horseshoeing tools. He shot himself. No! Shoot myself! I shoot myself! Did you ever see that video of that grandma who gets scared? Like her granddaughter like scares her or something. She goes, ah! I shoot myself! So it's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things, it seems. It was 1032 because what else would they use? This is like 1860 something. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to stow their luggage, that's for sure. Well, I don't imagine it would be very convenient for that purpose anyway. Okay, another poster. Well, this didn't teach us anything! 1032 BC. I mean, probably a different part of their body than their stomach. Because. Because. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London. Well, nothing will come of grumbling now. No. By the way, is Mr. McGilded right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Someone hid in that compartment. Could be. Pity, if only he'd been left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. And interesting. Oh, yes, yes, sir. Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief! Yes, that's it. The very one, sir. Is that? Yes, Counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. That is a blade of considerable size, Counsel. It is, and furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar. Ugh, please, no. M. Or Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly? Take your pick. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
But there's M's everywhere. Like, yes, like in Mason.
Objection!
This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Huh. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, Counsel. The murder weapon has been entered into the court record. My lord, I wish to speak. Yes, juror number 5. Do I take it that you, too, as the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's garages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. What? I've heard enough now. Horse is bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep an open mind a little longer. Gee up now, Silverblaze, the finish is in sight. Well, so I don't get how if he was stabbed in the chest something with a long knife, how is the blood on the sitting part and not on the back? I don't think it went through him. I don't think. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're kind, sir. Not it up being being up to race this granny. Oh my god. Which now means that 5 jurors agreed to condemn this man. Damn. Look at her. Madam Juror number 6. Yes, dear. What can I do for you? You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand. Nana has no idea where she is. Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. This accent. Then, pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day to sit on the nice bench and get on with my knitting. And you don't even have your hearing aid on. You didn't hear shit. No. I believe Granny. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGilded Park, it's called. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He is always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right. A man like that wouldn't stab anyone, surely. Mother, may we go to the McGilded Public Library later and borrow some more books? Not her not being impartial. She's like, I love this park, so literally how I stand. Redemption arc. Oh my god. How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know what kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is? Why is he doing the Reba point? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on. Wait. No, 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 hold on. There we go. I had to. Who loves to bite and suck it? A vampire who works too hard. No. Wait, we do need someone to screen cap it. Hold on. Did we get it? Did we get it? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, wrong one. There we go. You can screen cap from a clip. So as long as it's clipped, it's fine. Oh my goodness. I saw it and I had to. The Reba seats. What kind of a man is he? The philanthropist. Magnus McGilded has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows? Stone the crows? What the fuck? McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. I've never heard any mention of that before. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So this thought has not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason would this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? In the clips, there are some screenshots, highlights channel. Oh, cute, thank you. I'm excited, yay, I'm gonna post that. You're not saying that. The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. Oh, you mean the highlights channel I can't use and Sparkle can't use? Oh my god. It will come as no surprise to his creditor was the accused Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts. Good gracious! The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. Can you do polls in Discord? Might be good to actually know who can use highlights. The only way you can do a poll is with like emojis, I think. Why is only Stevie and me who see it normally? That's so goofy. That's so goofy. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him. His life. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded. Don't believe it.
Hold it!
If I might add something briefly, Mr. Sato? You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded, but where is the evidence to support your claim? Oh. Oh my god. Gay. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. Aha! There it is! Lord Van Dyck's hallowed chalice! I created a poll. Thank you, Eddie! How can this be considered acceptable? But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't experience it myself. As judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Oh. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, Counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. The debtor's ledger has been entered into court record. Ah, yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum, and the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused. Let me look at this. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Oh dear, do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you we will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside. Well, let's see what we find. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Ah, goodness! What is it? Look at this! Do you see the name here? Shouldn't they examine the defense? Right! At least once! Bruce Fairplay? Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment! I wish I could do calligraphy, it's so beautiful. Cursive? Nice cursive? Yeah. Oh yeah, of course, the banker! Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course, but this could be very useful information. The details of the debtor's ledger have been updated in the court record. Interesting. That part is the sheath, isn't it? I can write in cursive but can't do calligraphy. Calligraphy's hard. It takes a steady hand. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, sorry, yeah, I just don't really like blades. Oh, those don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung from his waist. That's not a blade, that's Kazuma's soul. Duh! Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. I can do calligraphy, it's fine. You can do calligraphy? Okay, skills. Ugh, that looks a lot like blood. It surely is blood. The victim's. Helps to have a pen for it. True. Ugh, an Englishman's blood looks a lot like a Japanese man's blood. There's a special pen. Oh. You think it wouldn't? Sorry, it's just that we've only just arrived here in Great Britain. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust. I'm talking about Kazuma's long blade. It's his soul! Yes, I do understand. Ornate letter M, undeniably Mr. Magnus McGilded's initial, and it's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable, I should say. That way you can make both the thin and the thick lines. Exactly. So versatile. What is it? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could change everything. A W? Yes, this is one of those, you know, Turnabout cases. I'm sure of this. The bitch said it's an M. Girl, that's a W. Right. Right. That is a W. The way it goes. Because if it was an M, the like curl would be on the other side. I made this game. I'm afraid I don't know it all, but what I am sure is that this is an M. Oh, well, that idea was quickly quashed. I see a W. And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel. Thin and thick, almost like I'm describing Jasper. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Is that Sprigatito? Anna going crazy. Still. Maybe it's all for the best. Wait a minute. Let's think about this a little more before. I don't stand for nonsense. No. Is this game over? That was it. The last juror's decision. Stevie killed a man? Shut up! According to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. How is this not a mistrial? Right! The final verdict, it's over then. Oh! I love how she hits the book. Is this a fixed path, or you can change it based on your decisions? I think it's fixed. I thought it was fixed. There's a footnote, though. Aha! The game's afoot. The banker being in the ledger, the Nana loving the park, the cab owner being in the jury. It's a lot! We love women slapping shit. Truly, it's my favorite kind of trope. Footnote. However, the defense... All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement of this case. He has a sword too. They all got swords. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial. Read fast, bitch! By delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. Mr. Sato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before, the footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... What did it say next? Oh, yes, of course! One moment. She didn't even keep the book open? When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. She was like, whatever, it's done. Freaking I want to go back to Japan. Fuck these guys. Mood! Good for her, though. Summation? Examination?
Objection!
A summation examination. From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck. Oh. What even is it, Mr. Sato? The so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment, and I'll read about it. I'll learn about it first. Give her a moment. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails. Huh. Typical Nipponese. What does that mean? Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what, exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that, if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Sorry. Make them reverse their decisions. Yes. In times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. BRB quickly. Sounds good, Eddie. No worries. But that procedure became something of a formality, with no practical benefit, really. So it rather fell out of use. Nippon is an older, more formal way that Japanese people refer to Japan. Oh, I don't know if that was actually used in English, though. Interesting. Interesting. Why would he use it? This vampire man. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. Oh, apparently it was used in the mid to late 1800s in English. Interesting. Thank you for looking that up, Stinky. This game seems to be very historically accurate in a lot of things, and I really appreciate that. It's just more detail, right? It's more fleshing out of a world to make it the experience that it is. I like it. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that, although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. If it was more historically accurate, I want to see people shitting in the street. Oh my god, no! No, listen, I took a class on Victorian England. I did. I took an entire class on Victorian England specifically. And we covered a large portion on the sewer system. And London was the first city to develop a sewage system of that scale for that many people, that size of a population. So there was a functioning sewage system in this time. Okay, Professor Stevie. Let me teach you a little bit real quick. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? No, it was only because my teacher, he was British, what can I do for extra credit? The teacher was British, and he pronounced London like London. He was this old man with a cane. And he would hit the cane on the ground when people weren't... He would hit it on a desk if people weren't paying attention. It was so funny. It was so funny. I love that forget it's an option. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital of the city of the most powerful nation on earth. I'm the people not paying attention. It was a loud thwack. I hated it when he did it. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Well, I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so... All members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Isn't this dude a vampire? 50 years ago is nothing for him. Right, exactly. Tradition should be everything for him. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot.
This is most irregular. Not to mention, no mention was made of this before.
I don't really hold with all this justifying, Locke. Queen. Ooh, I feel it. I feel it when she does that. Not you putting us on the spot for killing a guy. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then, the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Also, all American textbooks are from the 70s to 80s, and it's the 2020s now, right? And that was like, this is like with good printing. Modern technology. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilded, guilty of this most serious crime. Judicial findings. The juror's contention. There was no one else inside the carriage at that time, so it has to be him.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. All passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen. I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. Scoundrel! Stabbing that poor man on the floor! It beggars belief. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they? Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, it's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Fortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then, they've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. And what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear. I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, I'm sorry. You have any idea how to make this work, then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. What did I miss? We are pressing the jurors, since they've all decided to say that he's guilty. We are pressing the jurors with our one last right to examine the jurors and ask why they came to that conclusion. Okay, this is kind of juicy. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Make them fight, right? Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. The Queen Tyler Posey smacked the typewriter again. She did, and I felt it in my soul. All right, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. Have to pull this off. Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to be him. Wait. There was no one else inside the carriage, so it has to be him. Wait, that's true. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares, totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. Examining the jury before the defense. SMH. I have simply typed and collated all the statements drawn thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild, for fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years.
Hold it!
Contradiction. That's how much it costs to take the omnibus? That's right. As the guildmaster, I decided to set a policy for all drivers across the city. 1 fare, no matter which bus you take or how far you're going. We have to compete with the rise of the motor car, you see. Us coachmen have to make a stand together. Motor cars, you say? Yes. This murder on one of our buses is extremely damaging to our cause. It's beyond the pale. It'll lead to a decline in passengers, you mark my words, and it's all that rascal's fault. He has to pay. Okay, I do love the union. Is it crime or his buses he's more worried about? Anyway, every member of my guild is reliable and trustworthy. So the driver says he saw him do it. That fellow in the dock is as guilty as sin. The scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor. On the floor?
Hold it!
I really think you should stop waving the needle around. You heard what the good coachman said before, didn't you? That hideous man stabbed the poor fellow, just like this. Yeah, is what he said, you're right. The Gilded Park is such a lovely little place, too. The math isn't adding up, love. Yeah, was he on the floor or the seat? I've always enjoyed resting my legs there while I get on with my knitting. And I had thought that anyone who donated such a delightful place must be a fine fellow indeed. I suppose I was wrong. Whoever would have thought that he was a miserable, medding moneylender with not a scrap of remorse? Oh, help. She's as sure as shit. As sure can be. She's guilty now. The old lady certainly seems to know her mind, doesn't she? So we just need to find 2 jurors with contradictory statements and pit them against each other. Plot twist, it was Granny with the knitting needle. Also, the fare isn't adding up either. Right, so it's either the 2 people who talk about fares or the people who talk about where he was stabbed. Or both. Well, I took the liberty of doing some research in case you happen to find yourself in just such a situation. Shall I read you what I found out? It's a little long, I'm afraid. Please go ahead. Very well. Listen to this. During the summation examination, you will hear the assertions of the 6 members of the jury. Okay, come on, tutorial! In this situation, the counsel for the defense should use X and pit with impunity. Having done so, you will be able to compare the chosen assertion with those of the other jurors. Select the corresponding buttons to listen to the other jurors' assertions again. Just read fast, dear Stinky Christ! Stinky Christ! Okay. I got it. Work out which 2 contradicts each other, and then pit them together with X. Okay, cool. Okay, I got it. So I never have to listen to that long and boring explanation again. Okay. Or with fares following 20 pence, stuck the chap next to him just like this. I'm gonna do the way he was stabbed first.
protection.
Those two statements are completely contradictory.
Explain, Council Postess.
Oh, dearie me! I was only needing a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, aw, Nana, I love the sweater. It's really cute. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you see that I'm busy here? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ah, want to test me, do you? It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up, just like the prim banker said. You would rock it, twin. Truly!
Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true.
Now then, juror number 6. I need water. Oh, Queen isn't typing. That's interesting. Is it me? That's me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Twin, your sword. Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. My sword is short, but it can do some damage? Oh my Jesus Christ. The coachman said so. Now don't move. Take a look at those two jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor.
Well, I never.
There. Short sword, what's that like? Jesus fucking Christ.
They're stabbing in totally different directions.
What? Bless my stitches. What model? Bless my stitches. What this tells us, not heavy, is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh. But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies. Sickening. The scales.
I don't believe it. Wait. Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man.
Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? The banker wants the leprechaun dead, so he doesn't have to pay his debts. Like, what's not clicking? Yeah, we also haven't provided that information yet to everyone. Not the racist magic, literally.
Answer me this, Dark Jinx.
Huh? Me?
What exactly is the problem? What of it if two witnesses have slightly different recollections of events?
What of it?
Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and then the Shylock stabbed him again, and this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that,
Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you, not the threat. Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. Holla, hi kitty, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. How's your day going today? They're ready to kill each other now. This trial is so unethical. Why are the jurors providing arguments? Hi, kitty. Love you, CV. Hi, Desi. What's up? Pretty good? Can I get a shout out for Kitty, please? Desi, what's up? Oh my goodness, it's so lovely to have y'all. Y'all came right at the same time. Oh my goodness. Finished my first hip-hop show. Wait. 1 out of 3? Kitty, that's amazing. Like hip-hop dance? Kitty, that's amazing. Holy shit. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? It's possible. It's true. There's an outside chance of almost anything you care to mention. Exactly the point I've been trying to make. Yep, a full 1 hour and 15-minute dance piece? Holy shit! That's a long-ass dance. Jesus Christ, thank you for the shout out. Of course, BB! The Quarries TV, you could play that. It's a Monster Funker game. Is it? I thought it's like Until Dawn. I do really want to play it. I really, really want to play it. I'm gonna wait till like a lot of people are like doing it, and I'm busy with Genshin, so I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait till it goes on sale. And didn't the examination shows 2 stabbing wounds and sort of? Oh, you're right. You're right. Before you go any further, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, what is it, Mr. Sato? I think you should have a look through the court record. Ah, you see? This evidence makes it quite clear. There isn't even an outside chance of what the juror is saying. You're right, Eddie. How did I miss that? Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jinx? Come on, out with it! What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. What? What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? I don't think it's worth that high price. Isn't it like $90 right now, or $80? Yeah, let me wait a little bit. You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. $90. It's either 80 or 90. You could get a real monster to fuck. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see, or at least a part of one. Come on, Bad Dragon. I say the 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. It looks like the only way I'm gonna convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same crime, as proven by...
Take that!
This clear piece of evidence. Well, Mr. Foreman? The Rose. Do you know what they say about me, young man? They say I've got no powers of persuasion. Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. But no one will need persuading about this. You're even worse than me. What? That was wrong? 2 different moments. In other words, the victim was stabbed 2 times. That was wrong? Okay, I guess. Stabbed once in the abdomen. Okay, it was the autopsy report. Okay. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely 1 time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times. Gonna stretch and take a bath? Sounds good, kitty. Enjoy your bath. You fucking deserve it. Jesus Christ. I want to take a bath too, damn. Maybe I'll do that last time. What did I show the first time? I showed the picture. Because I was like, there would only be 1 stab wound. But, yeah, I guess a picture isn't as good as the autopsy report.
Alright, I concede defeat. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo, you did it! If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more, actually. There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. And that's where you must strike next. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. CV takes thirsty bath, picks win. Jesus Christ! Oh my god. Oh my god. The problem is there's never enough lighting in the bath. Because you don't want to take a bath with a lot of lighting, but unless you have a ton of candles, there's not enough light. Exactly. You can do it. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. I can bring my circle light? Oh no. Oh no. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. My problem is that the outlets in my bathroom only work when the lights are on. It's so dumb. So I can't, like, use anything. Like, I can't use a nightlight in there or anything because it only works when the lights are on.
Objection!
That's so dumb. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing. Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other. They do? Explain yourself.
Me? Oh dear, what have I said?
I swear on Silver Blaze's main name, I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. I hate light switches that go to outlets. It's so stupid. You could just block the light or take out the bulbs. That's a lot. There's like 7 bulbs, 7 or 8 bulbs. It's like they all go in like a row. That's just poor electrical work and I hate it too. My old apartment was like that. Oh. Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. I have the precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That it is a fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be operated. Her little hat, she's such a queen. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? He's drinking a flask. He's drunk. This juror is drunk. 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, it would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. For precisely 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes! In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious! This can't be right! The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. Her hat is so cute. What do you have against us drunks? Nothing. But maybe you shouldn't be drinking when you're a juror. Maybe you shouldn't be drinking in a courtroom. Maybe. Maybe. I beg your pardon. I'm gonna make him slur. I'm gonna slur his words. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. You're a businessman that doesn't know how to add up your earnings? Girl. Alright then, I don't make such miserable trial doesn't end, though. Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side of the set of scales. Now, hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, buffalo. This is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. Sickening! That old man lost his job because of you. Good! For the love of Mike, not you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Beppo got fired. Oh, really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won. What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade. Oh shit, oh fuck, shit. Ah, he's a freak. Juror number one really just does want to go home. Oh my. Oh my. I'll take this razor sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. That bitch is kinky. He's really licking that bitch. I should call him. Not the twink with a knife. Please tell me he's a barber. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense in summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. The way sword-swallowing drag is semi-common in Vegas, he's gay as fuck. I should ask him for pointers. Jesus Christ. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate. Marco literally cannot believe I'm hearing that for the first time. And the trial must continue. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. So, Lord Van Zix, continue to substantiate the case for your prosecution, if you please. I should say semi-common in certain crowds. Interesting. Another wine, wow. Drink all that. Everyone's getting drunk in the courtroom. He's so gay. Ooh, I love him. I just want to give him a little kiss. Whoa! That was cool! Slay! Slay, Queen Slay! That was so hot. Truly. Very hot. Now that was iconic. Jesus Christ. I gotta clip that. That was awesome. That was incredible. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, I'm blushing, right? It may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zix? It's cold in here, or is it just me? As the antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the tirade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. The judge is hard as fuck. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Come on, cape throw. Various misgivings. I only carried home passengers that night, I swear it. But, well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fiddled us on the fare, he did. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. Hi, somebody. What's up? How are you? Thanks for coming through. Just playing some murder mysteries. Genshin is not much to do till next week, so I wanted to do this instead today. Oh, I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh, yes, he's stabbed him, yes, he did. I think so, yes. Counsel, make sense of this for me. The phantom 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little personage. Apple express. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. Guild fares full price across the board. You know that. Am I to understand you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? It's so cold, and the last day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. I'm sorry. Your disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace. And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. I stand with Beppo. Right, he's working in harsh conditions. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. What? 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I need to do that game like so bad. Mia's great. I'm playing a bit of Moonlighter before working. Ooh, how's that? He doesn't get paid a fair wage. No, he doesn't at all. He doesn't at all. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. No, that figures.
Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please.
We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the apology. I love Moonlighter. Have I ever tried it? I've never tried it! No, what kind of game is it? I don't think I'm familiar with it. Absolutely. Cross-examination. Various misgivings. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it, but... Eddie and Stinky Boy are here, yes!
Well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
He fiddled us on the fare, he did. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It was all too much.
I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I saw before stands.
Hold it!
So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGilded, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him?
That's what I said, isn't it?
It was bothering me before, this was. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question.
Anyway, there were only 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there?
There's been much talk of a 5th passenger, but as yet, 0 evidence.
Then what are we wasting all this time for, eh? It's black and white. The man's guilty.
Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars with me. I wish I could work out what it was. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow we've managed to keep our chances alive here. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as they did before. Maybe, but we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information. Yes, you're so right. I need to pay careful attention here. I don't want to miss even a flicker of a reaction among these witnesses. Remember, if you happen to spot one of the witnesses reacting in a strange way, don't hesitate to pursue them as the reason. Moonlighter is a dungeon crawler management. When you play an RPG, you notice that every time you go shopping and the seller has like lots of stuff. But how? Moonlighter is a story of a seller that crawls into dungeons at night and sells the stuff at day. Aw, cute! That's really cute. A little lore. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay.
Hold it!
Does that mean everyone on board that night paid 5 pence instead of 4? Do I actually post a Genshin leak while I was on break? Yes, I did. Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you that I did. A flat fare 5 pence across the board! It's not something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Alright, I'm falling asleep, loves. I had such a fun time, though. Can't wait for next stream. Sounds good, Stinky! I hope you have such a good rest of your night. It's almost 2. That's crazy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, go to sleep. You got work. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed, it's gone. Dead and buried. Would have been happy if it ever had existed in the first place. He fiddled us on the fare, he did.
Hold it!
This blood-curdling sight. You mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir?
A loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man the moment a life is taken.
Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed.
Good gracious, really?
We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. But Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed. That may not turn out to be very significant.
I heard the banker gent next to me take a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw the horrible blade poking out from his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating.
I tell you, I saw McGilded stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands.
Oh yes, he stabbed him, he did.
Hold it!
Earlier, you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you?
Oh, yes, that's right.
Puff. You said the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. He's so cold.
I suppose. I might have, yes, but the carnivore's a horse, maybe.
What's this?
Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from seats of the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. Then when I turned around, yes, I saw through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. That's right, yes. And the fellow holding the handles was the famous man, yes.
So in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all.
I really thought that I did, but when I could go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stabbing, did it?
Oh my god.
In fact, now that I come to think of it, it must have already happened when I heard the scream.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay?
Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that?
He's really chewing that. Yeah, he bent that thing. Huh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight at the top of an omnibus, that is.
Peeping? I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you.
Thank you, Mr. Fairplay.
Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord.
I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw.
Oh, I can do that, all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after that butcher stabbed the man?
Hold it!
Blood-soaked?
Him? Well, perhaps soaked is hanging it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it.
And you saw that from the roof, through the skylight?
Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. And there was a lamp on the inside of the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw.
Spanker's latest statement. I feel sure there's something not quite right about it. When you feel something that doesn't add up, Mr. Naruhodo, that's when you should have a good look through the court record. Somehow we managed to keep this course going. I can't waste this cross-examination, I have to bring some new facts. Okay. Cool, we'll bring up some news. Okay.
Objection! The witness's last statement is clearly at odds with this piece of evidence. Uh-oh. Damn it.
I'm sorry, counsel, but I fail to see the connection.
Oh.
And for heaven's sake, would you kindly desist from that wide-eyed, panic-stricken look you are wont to wear?
Okay. Okay, we'll do the gloves this time. I did the picture again. The picture keeps fucking me up. I was like, if it was blood-soaked, there'd be blood everywhere.
Well, admit that soaked might be laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it.
Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar.
What?
Stop choosing the picture! Here were the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question.
Oh, yes.
Right. Stevie loves a good picture. It's true, I do. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there, but as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. Ah! Oh, he's chewing on it. He is gnawing on it. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent.
Gah! But, no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here, then? Ah!
That's right, you were quite clear about it. You said it was both hands.
Grrr.
Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Objection!
It was a simple mistake. It can't justify accusing this man of lying. Why are you doing that with the cane, mister? He's nervous. Yes, it wasn't both hands. It was only one. But the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused. He's doing a different point that time, I think. No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands. Which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Why? I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate. He's claiming to have no reason to lie, but is that really the case? Mr. Naruhodo, if we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely. Something to show this man has a compelling reason to lie in his testimony. I have evidence! The classism, the different point was even more so the Reba point. It's true. Yes, counsel? The defense is ready to present evidence.
By Jove, are you sure?
Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony.
Ah! Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present its evidence.
The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness' alleged deception of the court.
Take that!
This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused's extortion. Not the picture! The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay.
What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused?
No, well, it's barely worthy of being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case?
These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist.
Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant?
Hold, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord. Let me ask you again. And be aware that your answer may have serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you, or did you not, see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim?
Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony.
Right, now let's not make a melodrama out of this.
Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? It makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGilded's hands. Both of them. And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained.
Oh, so you keep saying.
I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir?
Go ahead, Mr. First.
Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself, as it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. What?
It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yes.
Tsunaruhodo, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Dear Jesus Christ. Yes, I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. Dun, dun, dun. Witness testimony. What the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no. Not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we would have seen.
Well, lo and behold, in truth of fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated.
He just jumped down. Crispy, come here. Come here. Yeah. 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 Got him. I got him. He's my little Wispy. Say hi, Wispy. Say hi. You're just a little baby. Say hi. Want to show them your purse? Oh, you're not purring right now. He's like, no. That's my baby. He's such a little baby. Right? Right? Gotta boop your nose. Boop. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, he's such a grumpy cutie. He really is. He really is. He hates being held. There was no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. Oh, that much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's account. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case. The space where they keep the carriage tools, exactly.
Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Oh shit. What the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself. Anyway, the fact remains there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage.
Objection!
Here we go. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight in the floor on the upper deck, is that right? See, I'm drinking and I'm more common sense than these sober mofos. I should be a drunk juror. I believe in you, Eddie. In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you. What? By golly, really? Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure, but the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh.
Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. You will identify on this area, on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that this extra potential passenger could have been situated?
Take that!
Both rows of seat on the roof face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as I've drawn here. Oh! That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it.
Objection!
It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. Oh god. That's pointed.
I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude.
Can you, Mr. Naruhodo? I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? Have an inkling. Might as well. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name. You are a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learnt. I love how he got another glass, but the hidden compartment, right? I think so too.
Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat.
This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... I love how the strong heart's an option. I don't know. It's either Fairplay himself, maybe Von Seeks. That'd be weird though. $32, hot.
Take that!
Yes, concealed in the blind spot of the cabin that night was none other than this unexpected passenger. Nope. Okay, okay. No. Okay. Let me look at the report record again. Hey, not that. No. Okay. I love how Stinky's not even reading the text. That could get them the answer. Stevie? I am reading the text. It'd be quite impossible for her to climb up to the roof deck, so she would have to be seated in here. A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? Phoenix, right, omnibus. That must mean then that there was someone else inside the omnibus with Mr. McGilded, the true culprit. That's right, exactly what I've been... Oh, of course! So the two people sitting inside the cabin that the witnesses saw through the skylight that night, they were the victim and the real culprit. It does seem as though we've all been making a false assumption. Phoenix right starts with W, W on the knife, the game killed this man. So all women are out, right? And he has to have been sitting somewhere else. Ooh! I love that Susato's there too. I don't know! Could it have been him? anything, chat? I have no clue. Why did the barracks suddenly return back to the court of law after 5 years? Right.
Take that!
Nope. Nope. Well, it was a good try. Of course, so the two people sitting inside the cabin that night, the witnesses saw through the skylight that night, they were the victim and the real culprit. It does seem as though we've all been making a false assumption. The witnesses weren't looking at Mr. McGilded at all, and he has to have been sitting somewhere else. I feel like we don't have the evidence for this. Right, I'm missing something. So it was whoever was sitting here. Quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck, and there doesn't appear to be a handle or a catch of any description. I suppose it can be opened from inside the cabin at least. Does anyone's name start with W or M? M? Was it him? Well, now I can't look at the court record. So I have to make a guess. And I have one left. No. He literally... His name starts with M. I just feel like, why would it be the Lord Chief Justice? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Where's Yen Fei when you need her? Literally! Literally! Please.
Take that!
This is wrong. Nope. No, 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 no. No. I vote we let the billionaire die and move on with our lives, right?
Guilty!
Guilty.
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 Sickening. Sickening. Oh. Oh my god.
No. We can't move on with our lives, though. Now we'll have to go back to Japan. Damn. Damn, you really failed, huh? We failed. Okay.
Objection!
Okay, I think I know what it's trying to ask now. I think it's just saying who was sitting next to him. Oh, who had been in the other seat, which was out of sight. Oh. No. No, I'll show you. I'll show you what it wants. I'll show you what it wants. It's asking who was in the other seat. I was dumb. I should have done this. I should have known. I thought it was asking a different question. Okay. It was him. He was sitting in the seat across. He was the one who was out of sight. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McGilded?
What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant.
There we go. Sick Ming. Icon. If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Van Zix.
People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own, but I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. I need to throw me like, shut up! When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise on which this case is built.
Objection!
But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
What inconsistency, counsel?
The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection!
The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance.
Yes, their testimony remains unchanged.
Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify, and the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands, both of them.
Objection!
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit.
Extraordinary.
Okay, I'm gonna try to fall back asleep. Good night, friends. Have a good rest of the stream. Thanks, Joe. Good luck falling asleep. I hope it goes well for you. And thanks for coming through. We'll see you later.
Hold, what exactly are you postulating?
Objection!
The defense's postulation is just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on its testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. At his duty to notice such things, sir.
And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First?
I'm afraid I don't remember. Gotta say, Reba's rocking the gray bluish hair, absolutely. And you call yourself a hatter. The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilded, would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed to even to notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled? He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it. The defendant was sleeping, true.
Hold! There is clearly a simple solution to this problem.
Brings the accused, Mr. McGilded, to the stand?
Well, what do you have you say, counsel?
The prosecution objects, my lord.
On what grounds?
As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act.
Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion?
We haven't heard the defendant testimony. No, we have not. Should we ask Mr. McGilded to testify or not? Demand his testimony. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand.
In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury.
Oh yes, I need a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say. Get the man out here, I say.
It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. Something is doing, get it done. That's how I run things as a guild.
Dear fucking hell. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says the man
must be heard. Very well, the court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once.
That's wild they haven't pressed him yet. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear.
Let proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse?
I'm saving it here. I thought it was gonna give me the option to save, but I am saving it here. Britain needs reworking on their legal procedures. Oh, absolutely. 1,000,000%. Are you kidding? Like, not asking the defendant anything? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, I am going to try to finish this tomorrow, actually. I should have some free time to do it. It might be a little bit earlier than normal of a stream, based on when I work. We'll see. We'll see. When I figure out a time, I'll post it. But yeah, I definitely can't finish it tonight. I have to wake up kind of early, so I'm already kind of... But thank you so much for being here, everyone. I really appreciate it. A Friday stream. Slay, right? Cute, huh? I really appreciate everyone being here, especially for a non-Genshin stream. I do love this game a lot, so it's been really fun to get to do. And then next week we'll be back with more Genshin. But I'm going to try to finish this, because I want to at least finish this episode, so do that tomorrow. Love me some early Stevie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? Aren't they fun?
Yeah, so thanks for being here, y'all. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your night. I really appreciate your presence and energy. It means so much to me. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.